It is Amelia from the channel Live Well and Live Frugal, and tonight we are getting ready to make supper, and we're going to start kind of a new mini-series. It's not going to be every week, it's just going to be when we feel like doing it. So I go to a lot of auctions, and because I'm an eBay seller, but sometimes I find things that I like to just keep for myself. And one of the things I like to find are boxes of old recipes. And usually I can get a whole box for like $1, and I usually get like recipe cards, pamphlets, and not really recipe books, so more of the ones that were handwritten and you know that somebody really liked that recipe or they saved that recipe out of something else. Anyways, I thought I would start using these recipes and trying them out. So we are going to be doing a vintage meal taste or try and taste. And tonight we are going to be having zesty beef sandwiches. And this recipe is from 1964. And it's a very simple recipe. That's why I picked it. I kind of picked a few out and then just picked one. And I have a box of them, so I'm just going to pick one, you know, if it's a supper, whatever we're looking for, supper, dessert, whatever. But I picked this one for tonight, and it sounds kind of interesting. That's the great thing about old recipes, is they're kind of, some of them you wonder about, and this is definitely one of those. So, what you need is 2 cups of ground beef, cooked, 3 tablespoons of ketchup, 2 tablespoons of pickled relish, 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, and a 3/4 of teaspoon of salt. And basically you put it all in a bowl and mix it up and eat it on sandwiches. So I'm going to go ahead and get my ground beef browned. And I might have to adjust the recipe just a little bit because we package our ground beef in half-pound packages usually. So it might not be exactly 2 cups. So we'll see when we get there. So anyways, stay tuned and let's get started. Okay, so we are back and I have my relish. I only have the sweet relish, so I'm going to use it. It's not my favorite, but I think I got it for like 50 cents, so that's why I have it. Some ketchup, mayo, and some salt. Okay, and then I also have my 2 cups of ground beef. So I'm going to just mix it in this little bowl by adding the meat first. Oh, let's see if my camera focuses. It's not liking focus. Okay, so I'm going to actually just use my spoon to measure. I do have a measuring set, but I really just don't want to dirty them. And they're tablespoons, and this is pretty darn close to a tablespoon. So I am going to start with my mayonnaise. I need 2 tablespoons. And then my ketchup. And you need 3 tablespoons. 1. Getting ketchup everywhere. 2, 3. And then you need 2 tablespoons of pickled relish. I'm just going to go ahead and scoop this off. My hands are clean and I'm eating it, so. So 2 tablespoons. 1, 2. And 3/4 teaspoon of salt, and I am just going to throwing a little bit of salt in there. I'm not a huge salt fan, so we're just going to put a little bit in there. And then we're just going to mix it. So that's what it looks like before it's mixed. Yummy. This kind of reminds me of hamburger sandwiches that I've had before with just mayo and hamburger meat. And I really like those. So I hope I'll like this. Okay, so this is what it looks like afterwards. It doesn't look the greatest, but let's see how it tastes. This is a really simple recipe. So I hope it tastes good, because this would be a good recipe to just cook when you really don't know what to have, or if you're running out of ingredients. So I got my sandwich bread. And I'm going to give it a taste. So, I'm not going to film me eating it, because who wants to see that? You know what? It tastes pretty darn good. It's just enough flavoring to make it a little bit tasty, but it's not overpowering, like sloppy or, you know, too creamy. So I think it tastes great. And yeah, so I would give this recipe a thumbs up. If you enjoyed this vintage try and test recipe video, let me know down below, because I would love to do more of them. And I'm going to try to find ones that are cost effective and cheaper and frugal. But anyways, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, and also the bell for notifications, for you know when all my videos come up. And thank you for watching, and remember to live well and live frugal.